9% of bank customers pay almost 80% of all overdraft fees. That's not a glitch. That's the business model working exactly as designed. You bounce a payment by $4. The bank charges you $30. Their actual cost to cover it? About $5. So who eats the difference? Overwhelmingly, the people with the least room to spare. This isn't a story about a secret meeting where bankers plot to keep you poor. It's simpler and, honestly, worse. Because when you overdraft, when you carry a balance, when you leave cash sitting in a near-zero savings account, that's not you losing and the bank shrugging. That's the bank winning. Let me walk you through exactly how the money moves, and then I'll show you how to stop being the one it moves away from. Let's start with the fee that hits hardest, the overdraft. In 2024, Americans paid an estimated $12 billion in overdraft and bounced check fees. Since the year 2000, more than $280 billion. Take one real account. Rent is due, the balance sits $11 short. The bank covers the payment anyway, and 3 days later, a letter arrives charging $34 for that $11 gap. The teller's script never changes. It's already posted. There's nothing I can do. That's the fee working as intended, one account at a time. The average overdraft fee now runs around $27. Many banks still charge as high as $35. Remember, the bank's real cost is about $5. Everything above that is profit on your bad afternoon. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found that 79% of those fees come from just 9% of account holders. The heaviest hit? People overdrafting 10 or more times a year, disproportionately low-income Black and non-white households. A median of $380 gone. Two banks led the country in overdraft revenue in 2024, J.P. Morgan Chase with over $1 billion and Wells Fargo right behind. Now, the real problem, the one you never see that dwarfs the fees. It's called the spread. The bank takes your deposit, pays you almost nothing, and lends it back out for far more. How much do the big banks pay you on savings? At Chase, Bank of America, U.S. Bank, 0.01%. Put $10,000 in that account for a year, and you earn $1. Meanwhile, the industry's net interest margin, the gap between what they pay and what they collect, hit 3.39% at the end of 2025, the highest since 2019. Add it up, and U.S. banks earned $295 billion in 2025. J.P. Morgan alone made $58.5 billion in 2024, the most in American banking history. Record profits. In the same years, Americans hit record debt, which brings us to the credit card. $1.28 trillion owed, an all-time high. The average interest rate on balances that carry over, around 21.5%. And the trap inside the trap is the minimum payment. Say you owe about $6,700. You pay the minimum, roughly $150 a month, faithfully. It takes you nearly 8 years to clear it, and you hand the bank more than $7,000 in interest along the way, more than you originally borrowed. The minimum isn't there to help you pay it off. It's calibrated to keep you paying for years. Even the rewards feel like a scam once you see how it really works. Every time a card gets swiped, the merchant pays a fee. In 2025, those fees hit a record $198 billion in the U.S., triple what they were in 2009. Stores don't absorb that. They bake it into prices. Everyone pays a little more at the register. Researchers at Harvard estimate the system quietly moves about $30 billion a year from people paying cash and debit to people swiping premium rewards cards. So, the cash-strapped shopper helps fund the airline miles of someone who was never going to struggle. Now, a fair bank would jump in here and defend itself. So let me make their case for them. They'd say the fees pay for free checking. That overdraft is a service people actually want, cheaper than a payday loan. That you always have a choice. Some of that is true. Overdraft coverage helps millions of people with no other credit. Choice is real. But convenience does not require $30 on a $5 shortfall, and just shop around ignores how inertia, thin margins, and plain confusion trap the people with the least. And that confusion? It's not an accident either. In 2026, Americans scored an average of 47% on a standard financial literacy test, a 10-year low. People with the weakest financial knowledge are twice as likely to be buried in debt and 3 times as likely to be financially fragile. A confused customer overpays, and the gap between what you understand and what you're charged. That gap has a name on the balance sheet. It's called revenue. Governments know exactly how this math works. In the US, a fee cap got killed before it ever took effect. In Canada, one just became law. In late 2024, U.S. regulators finalized a rule to cap overdraft fees at $5. Projected savings, $5 billion a year, about $225 per household. The bank trade groups sued, they lobbied, and in 2025, Congress overturned the cap before it ever took effect. To worse, the way it was killed permanently blocks any similar rule. The $30 fee lives on, protected by law. Now look north. In Canada, bounced payment fees used to run $45 to $48. Starting March 2026, they're capped at $10. The government also barred more than one such fee every 2 business days and banned them entirely when you're short by less than $10. Expected savings for Canadians, over $600 million a year. Same problem, same evidence, opposite decisions, which tells you these fees were never a law of nature. They're a policy choice. Stop waiting on lawmakers. Here's what you can do with your own money starting now. First, your savings. That's 0.01%? Optional. High-yield savings accounts from online banks pay around 4%, roughly 10 times the national average. Fully insured, no fees. Move $10,000 from a big bank account into one of those, and you go from earning $1 a year to about $400. In Canada, look at EQ Bank, Wealthsimple, Tangerine, or Neo, around 3 to 5% instead of a penny. In the US, P-Bank offers around 4.40% APY on any balance. No minimum, no monthly fees. Currently, the highest no-strings rate. Brio Direct offers 4.20% APY, but requires a $5,000 minimum. Basque Bank offers up to 10% APY with rate boosts. No minimum, no monthly fee. Open Bank by Santander offers 3.80% APY, $500 minimum to open. SoFi offers 3.10% standard, up to 3.80% promo, but you need direct deposit to earn the top rate. Otherwise, 0.80%. The reliable classics, Ali Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Discover Capital One 360, Synchrony, hit 3.30%, and UFB Direct, Smart 3.26%, all sit in the per 4% range with no minimums and strong apps. These are the set it and forget it picks. Second, kill the overdraft fee at the source. In the US, you can opt out of overdraft coverage. Then a payment that would overdraw just gets declined for free instead of costing you $35. Third, say you're carrying $6,000 on a card, charging 22%. Stop paying just the minimum. Pay above it and attack your highest interest card first. That order saves you the most. Fourth, call your card company and ask for a lower rate. It sounds too simple to work. It often works. Consider a credit union, member-owned, usually lower fees and better rates, or a nonprofit credit counselor. In the US, that's the NFCC. In Canada, Credit Counseling Canada. Their help is free. Steer clear of for-profit debt settlement outfits that charge you to dig deeper. And pull your credit report. In the US, it's free at annualcreditreport.com. In Canada, through Equifax and TransUnion. You don't need to be a financial expert. You need one afternoon of dedicated effort. Because the system isn't a conspiracy, it's an incentive. It profits most when you overdraft, carry a balance, and leave your cash idle. Which means every one of those things you fix is a potential saving. It might seem small, but they are frequent enough that they quickly pile up. If this changed how you look at your own bank statement, do me a favor. Like it, subscribe, and send it to the one person you know who's paying that $35 fee every month. See you all on the next video.